Hi, Julie Torrens here. I'm getting ready to do some gel printing. So let's just look at some supplies that I got ready. I've got some cardstock ready and it is 67 pound. I get it from my grocery store. I know it works well for me, but I've got some of that ready to go. And I've got packing paper. I love packing paper. So I've got a variety of kinds. I also have some painter's paper. That's the paper that you get in a big roll. I can talk about that as we go. I've got a lot of that. And I've got some stencils. All of my stencils today are from PM Artist Studio. So this one is called, and you can see it here, Jelly Shelly. I have mosaic circles. I have quilted crop circles, and I have craftsman rectangle lattice, and all of mine are 9 by 12. So there's my stencils. And I think I'll leave my stencils somewhere handy. Maybe I can put them up here. Okay. I've got my drying area set up. And then my gel plate is a Dilutions gel plate. I keep it in its clamshell. I know someone said it's not a good idea, but I don't remember who or why. Mine's been in here over 10 years and it seems fine. So that's where I got my gel plate. So here's my gel plate, and it comes with 2 pieces of acetate. So I've got 1 piece that I've kept underneath. Okay, enough jibber jabber. I've got my brayer. I've got some brushes. I've got my bowl of, I'll show you, my bowl of bargain paints. I also pulled out my Jane Davenport paints. They're very matte, but they're very old. And I know it's time to keep it moving. And then I've got a variety of paints like this that are, these two are both Martha Stewart's. This one's a pearl, this one's a metallic. And most of my up there, they're all what I kind of call specialty. All right, let's start with some backgrounds. Some backgrounds to get us started. I think I can open it this way. So this is a purple. It's like a dioxazine purple. And I tend to put too much paint on. So I'm trying to start light. Because you can always add more, can't you? If your brayer is not rolling, if it is just sliding over the top, then you've got too much paint. Now you can see that my gel plate is kind of resisting. That's because I conditioned it. And so usually the first pull or two, your paint wants to resist a little bit from the oil. Use mineral oil on it. But it'll be fine. It'll be just a nice background to start. Okay, just grabbing the first sheet. And this sheet is kind of wrinkled. I'm going to wrinkle it more, because I love the effect that you get. And I just cut these kind of to size, but none of them are really to size. And then I've got this to do what I call my framing. It'll frame it out for the part of the gel plate that is not covered by paper. And this will turn into a cool sheet. Okay, let's pick this one up. See, it picks up the extras. And let's see what we've got here. Beautiful. Look. I love that kind of leathery look. All right, set it aside. Keep going. Okay, we've still got some purple left over. That's fine. I'm going to add magenta to the top. This is I think it's a Daler-Rowney, yes. My bargain bowl paints are just that. Paints I got that were in the clearance of the clearance. I like this magenta. The good thing about buying clearance paints is that the price. The bad thing is 9 times out of 10, you can't get it anymore. So maybe you can get this. It could have been an overrun, but whoops. But chances are it was, okay, that sheet's done. I fooled with that as much as I'm going to fool with it. There we go. Okay, let's do another background. Similar sheet. I won't crumple this one up. Put it on. Get my frame. So how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm okay. I'm in a slump. I am not in a slump to create. I want to create. What do I want to create? There's the slump. But I'm thinking that this gel plating, there we go, a little bit leathery looking, but not as leathery. I love it. Set it aside to dry and keep going. Yeah, I want to create, but I just have been in a, well, what do you want to create? Okay, this is called Ultramarine. Let me just unscrew this. And again, the magenta's on there, the purple a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. Isn't that a pretty color? Now, I don't mind the craft paper, or sometimes I refer, whoops, right off the edge. That's okay. Sometimes I refer to my paper that I use that is packing paper. It's kind of like my version of tea dye, coffee dye, that kind of thing. This one's a little bit lighter. It's obviously heavier than tissue, but it's certainly not as heavy as cardstock or even as printer paper. We're all doing, according to statistics, we're all doing more online shopping. So I think we're all getting more packaging, right? Don't throw it away. It's great paper. All right, let's see what we've got here. Oh, this one left more blue behind. That's all right. I love that look. Kind of a distressed look. And I love this. Gorgeous. All right, off we go. At least one more. Okay, a color that would look cool with this. What if we head towards a green? This color is, this is a Heidi Swap, and it's just called green. A little more. Like I said, I tend to use too much, but I can always add more. And you can see the gel plate is doing a lot less of that resisting. You just get that for a pull or two. I love how transparent this color is, don't you? I think this next pull is going to be really, really beautiful. I say that. I don't believe in jinxing things, so I guess it's okay that I said that. So, have you had your gel plate out lately? Gel plating is fun. Now, I know it looks like I'm just kind of, oh, no, I am using all my strength as I press. And I am very much trying to get it pressed over the whole thing. Okay. Feels very pressed down. Well, we got the blue, a good portion of it up, and look, that is gorgeous, okay? Okay, we've already got 4 backgrounds. Let's just do a couple more. Let's give it some, let's see, some yellow. This is a nice bright yellow. It's called lemon yellow. Let's see, it's getting low. That's okay. Use them up. You don't want to just store it. Okay, this is that Crafts for All that I got from Amazon years ago. But they're still out there on Amazon. And for a basic colors, basic acrylic paint, I think it's fine. I wouldn't call it particularly heavy-bodied, but it's more heavy-bodied than the paints that come in a liquid form that you know, pour out of a craft bottle. All of those kinds of paints are good. If you have a very heavy-bodied paint, like Golden's Professional line or Liquitex Professional, I find that that is not particularly great for gel plating. Okay, this is that painter's paper. It comes in a roll, and you're supposed to put it down on your flooring before you paint your house, interior, well, I guess exterior, and then it's like your drop cloth. It's very absorbent. It comes in different weights, but you can get it pretty much at any hardware store, anywhere that sells paint that you use to paint your house or paint where you live. Okay. Got some bubbles here. Okay, let's see what we got. A nice yellow background. Picked up some of the blue. That's fine. Okay, the next one is going to be another one of those painter paper. How about this? This is an opaque color, Naphthol Crimson. This paint is from Folk Art, and it's a gel. Got it again, clearance of the clearance. You know, it was clearanced, and then anything there was marked down additional. I don't know if they just dumped colors or if they dumped the whole line. I don't know if you can get it anymore, but if you find it, particularly at a good price, go for it. Especially for gel printing, it works great. It has for me. Trying to get it even. I can see where it's a little heavier here and a little lighter there. So I'm just trying to even her out. Okay. Another piece of that painter, I'm going to give it a crunch. I think that crunching it up will give us even more wrinkles because it is so heavy of a paper. Get it on. And may not show up at all. We don't know. That's the beauty of gel printing. I can feel that I got paint on me. Yeah, well, it won't be the beginning, or it is the beginning, but it won't be the end of it, that's for sure. I've got painting clothes on. I've got drop cloth everywhere. Yep. Okay. See what we got going on. Ah, look. Nice. Okay. I'm going to grab one of these that we already did. I'm grabbing the plain yellow one because we've got this crimson on here, and I think that would go good, but we're going to put another color even with it. I'm going to go with this ultramarine blue again. Good. Let's give it a go. So what is on your desk? What projects are you working on? Are you making a journal, or are you working in an art journal? Have you made a junky junk journal? What am I going to use these for? I've got a couple projects in mind, and I don't even need inspiration for what projects to do. It's like the theme. I want to do a journal again. And I thought about doing a floral, and I thought about doing this, that. Oh, I thought my stencils were behind me, but I put them up here. Were you telling me? Okay. So this is the crop circles, quilted crop circles. And put this here. Put this here. And this is going to need a good rub. I'm using the heel of my hand to really try to get this in all the nooks and crannies. Okay, I think we can take the framer off. And now I'm going to give this a good rub. So we've got kind of a gloomy day, lots of overcast, supposed to get some rain this afternoon. We had snow like crazy. Friday night to Saturday morning, I think we had about 6 inches, but none of it stuck to any of the like sidewalks or the streets because it's been too warm. All right, let's see what we got. Yes, I love it. Okay, set it aside. I'm going to take off the stencil. And let's pick it up. And let's see. I'm going to use this. Now, I bought this and it was unlabeled at the craft warehouse. And it was, anything in the bin was 25 cents. So I bought this thinking, can't go wrong, really. Might have used too much. This is more liquidy than the tubes. And see, my brayer is sliding more than it's rolling. So that's telling me I used too much. Let's take some off. I can see I'm picking up the blue. That's all right. Okay. I'm going to move this so I can really brayer that off. All right. A nice absorbent sheet here. Good. And we'll see what we get. I'll show you the frame when I get done rubbing it with this. Here. See where we're at with that? Isn't that pretty? It makes great borders. All right. We want to really absorb up that off-white color that we had. Okay. Let's see. Smeared it up quite a bit, but that's all right. I love it. It looks like the paint's wearing off, you know, that look. And look on these edges, but I think it's pretty. Okay, off we go. Okay, something else with this. What? Some of this pattern is going to show some of this. I think what I want to do, I'm looking at what I already have out there. Well, I'm going to get some of this. Okay, this is a magenta. I call this interference paint. They call it enchanted. It's deco art, but it's iridescent top coat. Let's use some of this. Now, I've used this brand and this type of paint with the one that's called gold, but I've never used this one called magenta. But in some directions in the light, it's going to look like magenta, and in some, it's going to look like just pearly. It is more fluid, but that's normal for this. Okay. I'm getting more of a glide than I am a roll. But as I say, it's quite fluid. All right, I'm grabbing the piece we already used. I've got the purple, leathery looking one. And let's see what we get. So tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment. I made it nice and early. I made this appointment a year ago. It's one of those, you have to see this doctor once a year kind of things. It's my cardiologist. And, but I made it nice and early. It's 9 o'clock. That was as early as I could get. And that way I can come home and do some crafting. Yay. Okay. Quite wrinkly, but you know, this was one of them that I bunched up. So it's just going to add to the whole effect. Let's see what that whole effect is. It cleaned up the plate pretty good. Oh, I do like it. I really do. Absolutely. Okay. Quit oogling it, Julie. Get going. I just grabbed this one, and I'm just going to use it as a pickup and see what more I can pick up, because that was a pretty fluid paint. Might not get any, but I think we'll get something. Okay. Well, it stuck to something. Oof. Yes, it did pick up some, but not a lot. But can you see, like in here, that was not on there originally. So cool. Love it. Needs more. Definitely needs more. Okay, let's change directions. Let's head into some of this paint from Jane Davenport. Her acrylic paints don't come like this anymore. As I say, these are old. These are from American Crafts. She's not with American Crafts anymore. Hasn't been for years. So, as I say, time to use it up. That is a color called what? I don't know. Don't know. And here's kind of a pinkish color. I think what I'm going to do with this is, instead of my roller, I'm going to use a brush and just brush this. Let's get some more. Put a little bit of it here. Now I may need to, this is going to dry pretty quick. It's drying now. I may need to use another color to pick it up. That's okay. Now I'm going into the pink. Put some of that pink down here. Maybe put some up here. May need a little more, but rather use up what's on the plate. I like putting the acrylic on with a brush. We're getting off the mark, aren't we? Okay. Good. Good. I'm going to dunk that in some water. And let's just get not too fluidy of a paint. Let me find one. I don't want black. This pink, a neon pink. We're gonna roll this gently on top. And it's gonna blur and blend a little bit. That's okay. It's low, but I don't want too much, so I'm going gentle. That's probably enough. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Okay. And I'm going with the new sheet, but I'm going with a lighter color. Here we go. Let's pick that up. Maybe it'll be kind of an ombre-ish, maybe. I'm not sure. Concentrating on the edges. And give it a good rub all over. Okay. Oh, love the wrinkles. I'm not just saying that. I really do love the wrinkles. Okay. I think it looks pretty stuck on there. All right. Whoa, look. Cleaned up the plate. Nice. I don't know if you can see it. It's subtle. But there is definitely an ombre look to this. Plus, it picked up all that old blue and stuff. I just love it. Okay. Okay. Enough oogling. All right, let's get, I'm thinking about what colors haven't we used. We haven't used Pearly. I'm going to go with a pink color again, and this one is called Pink Taffeta, and it's a pearl. Yeah, I can. Now, purling paints, my experience, Pearly paints, and I'm looking for another color to go with. Just maybe a little bit of purple. They tend to be a little more watery, and they also tend to be a little more unpredictable, just from one to another. Same brand and all that, doesn't matter. Yes, I like this. Yep, I like the modelly. I don't want to homogenize it too much. Okay, let's get a plain sheet. Some of this heavy stuff. And get the edges. Now, I am not one of these gel printers that has multiple plates and all kinds of gadgets to go with it. So if you're thinking you're doing awful basic stuff, well, yes, that's me. I'm just going to get my brush out of that water. It's been in there long enough. All right, up with this. And a little more pressing. Okay, what do we got? It's very pretty, very shimmery. Good. Okay, I'm going to grab one of our first ones. This one is magenta, kind of wrinkly, And we've got purple and pink again going. Let's get one of these. I'm digging in here. How about this? Kind of an eggshell color. Let's put some of this eggshell. I think it'll be fine with that purple. Takes a little bit more. I noticed that when I was doing it with the brush. I think I'm gonna turn that over. Yeah, kind of an eggshelly color. Good. Yeah, good. Okay. I'm grabbing this one, Craftsman something. I don't remember, but I showed you at the beginning. And putting the pink one on. We're layering it up here. And let's get the, to catch all the edges. Love it. And give it a bit of a press all over. Okay. It looks like it's sunk in pretty good. This is why, for me, I prefer larger stencils, except the only exception is borders. But for my one art journal, it works the best. For this gel plate, it works the best. They cost a little bit more, but for me, it's worth it. Okay. Oh my, look. Oh, that's just gorgeous. Okay. There's even some shimmer on it. I've got another plain one, and I'm just going to lift this up and grab it. Because the stencil itself helps to keep that paint a little bit wetter. Okay, I think we got the edges. Really get this one in there. I love the architectural look of this stencil. All right, let's see. Look, look, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Grabbing another one that we did. This one, there's still some on there. So I'm going to grab it with something kind of transparent. This is called, should I use this one? Yellow ochre. And I've got one, a new one here that says it's transparent. Okay, this is Deco Media Fluid Acrylic Transparent Yellow Iron Oxide. And see, this was regularly $4.16. Got it for $2. And I think it's going to be quite fluidy. So I don't want to use too much. Nice and transparent, just like it said. It moves on the gel plate very nice. Now, I do believe they still make this. Maybe it was an overrun. Or the other thing that when I buy paint at Craft Warehouse, sometimes something opened up in a case, and so the labels and all are kind of gooky. Maybe not all the paints, but some. Okay, I'm just going to pick it up with this. But I know that I've gotten Ranger products from there quite a bit. Where the Ranger inks have opened up in travel, and you know, the contents is fine. The ones that I buy are totally shrunk wrap, and they're fine. It's just that the shrink wrap is messy, and I get it for less than half price compared to a retail. All right, let's see. Give it another press here. Now this paper is fragile compared to even printer paper. It's fragile, but the more layers of acrylic, the stronger it gets. Okay, here we go. Turned it oranger. Can't really see the design. You can a little bit, but overall, I do like this very much. You can see it more on the camera than I can see with my naked eye. So there you go. Okay, set it aside. How about this one? Let's do something with this. Let's go light. Let's see, maybe one of these again. Take some of those out so we can see some of the others. Here's a pinkish color. I think that would go good. Another pinkish color, kind of a coral. Let's go with the coral. I'm kind of massaging the tubes because, as I say, I've had them for a while and I haven't used them for a while. They've kept, look, not goopy, not full of, you know, those hard bits. Look, nice and smooth. Jane Davenport does put out good products. I wouldn't necessarily call everything she puts out professional grade, but certainly a very high quality student grade. You can usually get on her website, janedavenport.com, you can get things like, I'm going to use the jelly one, the jelly print or jellyfish one. You can get information about light fastness and what have you, if you're, you know, thinking about that. On top of this, here we go. I'm going to get the framer. Look at how our framer's coming. Isn't that great? That one Breroff sheet that tore just keeps hanging around and hanging around. I just threw it on the floor. Oh, it'll get used, but I just don't need it right this minute. All right, I think we've got the edges good. Give this a good rub. One of the things about this heavier painter's paper is that if you want it smooth, it stays smooth. You have to really bash it up to get creases in it. So that's a nice thing about it. Okay, got it from a dumpster. Big roll. And it's about at least 36 inches wide. Okay, let's see. What's the jelly look like? Look. I love it. Okay. I've got this one. And I'm going to pull up the stencil and put this one right down. Quickity quick. Yes, sirree, Bob. Let me know in the comments if you're a gel printer. And if you have some favorites, favorite paper, favorite paint. I do have some of that carnival tissue that my friend Eddie at Eddie Makes Art sent me. I'm hoarding it. I can't bring myself to use it. It feels so precious. But it's a tissue that you can do gel printing with, and it tends not to tear. It's a wet strength. Okay, here we go. Love it. Love it. What do you think? I think it's beautiful. Like kind of marbly veins. Okay. Keep going. I've got this orange one. This was kind of that ombre-y one that's doing nothing for me. But this is kind of the colors that are on there. So let's punch it. Let's go with this. This is one of my favorites to use when I'm doing negative space painting. It's a really dark indigo. Yeah, it might be near gone. That's all right. We gotta get these gone. But let's put some of that on because I think that will be really gorgeous with that orange. Kind of like the Detroit Tigers. They got a blue and orange is their colors. Love it. I see the D, the Old English D, all over the country. I suppose there's maybe colleges and other things that also use that. Okay, we have a stencil we haven't used yet today. This one, the mosaic something or another. Let's use that one on the orange. What are we going to get, huh? What are we going to get? Let me know in the comments. Good or bad? I think it'll be good. If you're wondering about a stencil, go back to the beginning. I showed all the stencil names and where I got them, PM Artist Studio. They're so robust and they work so well and they don't crinkle up. And, you know, I think gel plate can be kind of hard on a stencil. Can you hear that sound? Right there? Geese. I think they've got nests. They're honking pretty much day and night. All right. Oh, folks. Tell me you don't love it. I think it's beautiful. Love it. Okay. I love it. Now, remember this one? Let's do another layer. What do you say? It's kind of a similar blue that's already on it. But we're putting more on it. It's not that I don't like it the way it is, but I think this could be an add to it. Give it a good press. Now, there's no additional paint. I just lifted the stencil and then slapped this on. So it may not be a real clean pull, but it'll be a pull. Yep. Look. It's like faint pattern on top of faint pattern on top of faint pattern, and I love it. Gorgeous. Okay. Now, hang on. I've got this one. Again, we're kind of working blue with blue, but let's give this something whoosh. I'm going to stick in the blue family. Oh, that's silver. Well, that could work, but I've got a blue pearl. Yeah, let's do that. Right? The silver is super, super transparent, and I do want this to have just a little more, I don't know what, contrast. Okay, what is it called? Aquarium. I think this is going to be subtle on the paper that I picked out, but I think it's going to be good. This one. Look at our frame. Isn't that coming out gorgeous? Like I said, I will tear it apart and use those stripe bits as border, and I love it. And there's no other way you can make it quite like this. Okay. It's one of those things that when people see it, they're, how did you do that? It's about 50 pulls from the gel plate. Okay. Like I said, subtle, but I really like it. Ooh, it's so soft. There. I love it. Very pretty. Okay. Grabbing another one. Now this one, let's do something fun with it. Let's pick a color. We've kind of got green and, well, it was blue and then we put yellow, so it's kind of greenish. Should we punch it up with like some real green like this? This is called emerald green. We've still got some blue on here. And let's go with the interference paint. This one that's called gold. That'll be a punch, right? Just a little. These paints, a little goes a long way. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a scrub. I'm seeing the interference pretty much all over, so that's good. And I like the emerald color. I think this is pretty evened out. Now, I'm going with the Craftsman something or another. Okay. And this one. Good. My frame. Okay. Real nice. Lots of getting it in the grooves. I should have another one kind of in mind. Well, I'll just use a blank to pick up what's under the stencil. That's what we'll do. Okay, here we go. Yes, sirree. I love it. Don't you? Kind of looks mappish. Gorgeous. Okay, grabbing a plain sheet. Off with this. You know what? If that feels pretty dry, it is pretty dry. Let's pick it up with something and it'll be kind of the start. All right, I'm going to go with this off-white. Maybe change gears. This eggshell. Just a little. Okay. It's moving the green around a little bit, but not much. This paint, wow, does it dry fast. Ooh, hurry. I mean, I can just feel it drying so quick. All right. I have some not Dina Wakley. I'm sorry. What is her? Diane Reevely. I have some of her paints and love them. They dry super fast. She does gel plating. She sure does. Now, I said at the beginning, Dina Wakley. I enjoy her art as well. If she does gel plating, I haven't seen it, but that doesn't mean anything. I haven't caught as many of her videos as I have of Diane Reevely. All right. Got the frame. Give this just a little more of a push. And let's see what we get. Oh my. Look. That is a beautiful start. And the green shimmer, you know, that's got that interference paint in there. And I love the blue. This was a first pull. And look at that blue in there. Gorgeous. Okay. That one's almost done with one pull. Okay. I'm going to kind of ignore. I mean, there is clearly some design in there and it's beautiful, but I'm going to kind of ignore it and I'm going to put something else on here. I'm looking over at the colors and we really don't have, only really one in where it's ended up looking on the pinkish side. I like pink and green. I think that's a pretty combination. So I'm going to add some of this neon pink is what it's called. And I'm going to add, should I add a shimmer? Like this kind, the interference? Sure. Just a little. All right. Let's go, folks. Here we are. That De La Rowney paint is a lot thicker, even though I wouldn't call it necessarily heavy-bodied. It's still heavier than the fluid interference paint, but I think we're getting it nice and smooth. Okay, pink makes me think of jellyfish, so I'm going to grab the jelly one again, and we're going to go with a brand new sheet. Grabbing one of these, one of the lighter ones again. Every print doesn't have to be, or every finished print does not have to be 25 pulls. There are beautiful prints, and the only way you can get them is 25 pulls. But that is not the only way. If you watch that and feel overwhelmed, start like me, simpler. I'm a very simple gel plater, but that's okay, right? There's room for me. I think there's room for me. All right. Now, unlike that heavier painter paint, this one is a little more wrinkly, and that's okay. All right. Very pretty. Very pretty. Okay. Setting it aside and grabbing another of the finer ones. Pick this up. And I think we're going to pick it up with another paint. And yeah, it might run a little and whatever. That's okay. I'm going to go with that iron oxide one. It's super transparent. It doesn't look transparent like in these drops at all, but it is. See? Isn't that something? It's very fluid, but it's supposed to be. It's almost like a stain. And we're going to see if we get any of that jelly stencil to show through. I want to give it a really good rub. Yep, like broken glass. I don't mind. Okay, picking her up. Oh, we're getting a little bit of everything. Look. Look, way down to the green. This is pretty. Okay. All right. Coming back with this one. And I want to go transparent and metallic. So I'm pulling out that silver, very transparent. It really, I don't know why, because look how, whoops, sorry, look how silver it looks, but see it vanish? But I just want to put a glaze over this jelly one. Okay. Let's see what this glaze did. Very nice. See what I mean? How it's kind of clear? But can you see the pearlization? I like it. Okay. Good, good. Okay. This one. I like it, but I only like little bits here and there. So it needs a punch. We're going to punch it up. Okay. It's orange, pink, and green. Let's go rogue. I don't want to do black because I don't want to. I don't want to do necessarily red, although we haven't used any red yet. This is a vermilion red. Let's go for it. I don't think there's as much green on here that it'll turn it into Christmas. So let's do it this way. Oh, okay. Do you see that? That is binder. Massage the tube. Can even, yeah, you can even shake the tube. It's shaking in there. Okay. Now we get color. You don't want to keep pouring that binder out. Stop when you catch on to it, because what that will do is it will change the whole chemical makeup of your paint. I'm getting a little bit of smearing instead of rolling action because of that binder, but that's okay. That's okay. This is kind of a rusty red, which is kind of what I think about with the vermilion. Okay. Heaven only knows what's going to come of this. But we've got the gel, and I mean, it's got the, I'm putting this on. It's got a little bit of everything on there. We're punching it up. is what we're doing. And then we're going to have to call it done. Can you believe it? Yep, we've hit our hour mark. That's okay. That's okay. All right. So, you've been here this long. Please go ahead and subscribe. I need subscribers. It helps my channel a lot. Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. And let's see what we've got here. Share my videos. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. Now, I know that we're over an hour, but I do need to pick this up. And I'm going to pick it up lickety-split. Just like this. And then, before you go, I will go ahead and grab them and we can do a quick look at them all. What do you say? Can you hang in with me that long? Some people I know only watch my videos for 10 minutes. Some people watch my videos start to finish. And I love you all. I do. Appreciate it very, very much. Commenting helps. Engagement. If you have questions, feel free. All right, let's see. What did we get? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to grab the ones that we've done. See if you're surprised. Okay, here we go. So that's the one we just did. Love this one. I love that. Needs more, but I do enjoy it. That looks almost like that same vermilion, doesn't it? And here, I love that one. Here is one of my top favorites. The blue in there. Here comes another favorite. Really like that one. Here. Here. Love that. Here. This one. Really enjoy that. Okay. Right down here, a video is going to pop up that's been picked out just for you. In the meantime, I'll see you over there. Bye.